everyone. I'm Michelle Garrio from the Seekonk Public Library, and I'm happy to be back here to share with you on Cable 9. Today, I'm going to be sharing a presentation that's all about using Google's online tools to help with the job search process. The Seekonk Public Library is a Grow with Google partner, and we're happy to be showing you their set of tools today. Now, we chose this topic because we know that many people are launching a new job search from home during this pandemic. Finding new job opportunities has always had its challenges under the best circumstances. But now more than ever, you may need to stay on top of a job search while also managing childcare and household tasks and new living arrangements for your household. You may also be seeking a job that allows you to work from home for the first time, either for the short term or for the long term. Today, we'll be looking at all the tools available from Google to help you in the process. And now, one of the real benefits of these tools is that they're online. They're all going to be based on your free Google account. Many of you will already have a Google account if you use Gmail for your email service, or if you have a personalized Google account or a YouTube account where maybe you manage your videos, your video library. Google services are all online so that your files and settings will be accessible from any internet-connected device. Also, any files you create with Google services will include autosave. So when you create or edit a document, you won't have to worry about losing your work if your computer suddenly shuts down or decides to restart on you. Today, I'll be specifically looking at 4 different Google tools. They are Google Search to help you to find the job, Google Sheets to help you organize your job search information, Google Docs to help create a resume, and Google Meet, the virtual conferencing program for virtual interviews and for professional meetings. We're going to start by looking at Google Search to help find a job. You could actually start your job search right from within the same Google search box that you use when you quote-unquote Google something. You might start by typing in the phrase, jobs near me, or part-time jobs. You can be as specific as you like about the position or the location. After you hit enter, Google will display a brief preview of matching results in the jobs window. And when you click on the header or footer of that window, you'll be able to see all of the results. Each job listing that you find there will contain important details about the specific position, including how to apply, salary information, and a description of the work, as well as other information such as ratings about the company. It's really using the power of all that Google data to pull that information together for you. For veterans, you can change the search to something like veteran jobs near me or IT jobs for veterans. When you click enter, you'll be able to enter in your MOS or military occupational specialty code. Google will then return results for civilian jobs that specifically match those skills from your military role. Your search may have and hopefully return lots of jobs. To narrow down those results, you can choose a filter. Filters are arranged at the top of the job search page. You'll find that you can filter by job titles, locations, the date the job was posted, the type of job, or the industry or employer. Let's go deeper to find 2 really useful features or filters. The first is work from home. The filter work from home is found under location, and it allows you to find remote work opportunities. This is something that's especially important to us, again, either in the short term or the long term during this pandemic. Also, you'll be able to see an actively hiring filter. Actively hiring is found under the employer listing. That will show you companies that have recently increased their hiring. So this is a great starting point if you're looking to find work quickly with a growing organization. If you find a job you might want to apply for, but don't want to do it right now, you can click the Save option. This bookmarks the job listing so that you don't have to search for it all over from the beginning again. At the top of the jobs page, you'll see is a tab called Saved. When you click this tab, you'll see all the job postings that you've saved in the past. You can also have new job listings sent to you by setting up email alerts at the bottom of the jobs page. When you set an alert, you will automatically receive an email in your Gmail account about new listings that match the search criteria that you used for this particular search. Lots of people find it easier to search for jobs and apply for them in two separate ways. You might search for jobs one day, but then pull all your information together to apply for those jobs on a different day. To help you keep organized, we're going to look at creating a basic organizer in a Google worksheet using Google Sheets. To create your job search organizer, you'll need to first sign into your Google account. The image on the screen shows that happening. If you don't have one already, you can use the option to create account to create your free online Google account. After you've signed into your Google account, click the Google Apps icon. It's the one in the upper right corner that looks like a square made up of different circles. When you click that icon, you'll see all the Google applications that come with your free Google account. We're going to begin by looking at Google Drive first. Google Drive allows you to store, access, and share files like documents, slideshows, forms, or photos, all from one place, Google's cloud storage. With cloud storage, it's just like email. You can access something in your Google Drive from any device with internet access. Files stored on Google Drive won't get lost, even if your computer crashes. If you've never created anything with Google Apps before, when you go to Google Drive, it'll probably look pretty empty. If you have created projects in Google applications, they'll automatically be stored and listed here. To create a new organizer for your job search from Google Drive, go ahead and click on New, and then select Google Sheets. Then click on Blank Spreadsheet, as you see here in this image. You want to immediately go ahead and name your worksheet with a descriptive name, something like My Job Search or My Job Search 2021. This becomes the file name that allows you to easily find your file when you're looking at Google Drive. A spreadsheet contains many rectangles that are called cells. And the cells are organized into rows which are named by numbers. They're also named by the columns, which are named by letter. So an individual cell or cell address will have a name that reflects both its column and row. Cell A1 is the cell in the upper left corner of your worksheet. Now you can move around in a spreadsheet by clicking on the different cells or by using the keyboard, the arrow keys, so that you can move around the grid of different cells. When working in a spreadsheet, you can add text, formatting, formulas, and functions to cells. And the formulas and functions are particularly why people will use worksheets or spreadsheet programs whenever they're dealing with number calculations. For our file, we're going to start by adding some headings, such as the job title, the company name, the salary, the website URL, and any other notes that you want to keep track of in your job search. These names will be called headings right at the top of your worksheet. Now you can make headings for whatever you think is going to be helpful for you. As you proceed with your job search, you'll just add the details for each particular position in each column to help keep track of the information. You can change the format of the headings to help make your information a little bit easier to read. Select the cells or rows, and then select different colors for the header background, for example, by using the fill color option in the menu. You can change the font style, the size, or the color as well. Use whatever formatting you like so that this file becomes helpful for you, that it can become a hub for all of your job application notes as you continue with your job search progress and help to keep you on track. Let's continue by looking at creating a resume. Having a resume prepared will streamline your job application process. You could begin a resume by opening up a blank document entering your name, contact information, and professional experience, and then doing all the formatting to make it look most presentable. But to save time, we're actually going to start off with a template. Templates are like a pattern that you use as a guide. They provide all of the design and formatting that you could use as a starting point for your project. They also keep things like your font sizes and styles consistent throughout the document. Google Docs offers lots of free professional resume templates to get you started. The layout, the fonts, and colors will be different depending on what template you choose, but they all contain the same basic placeholders for the information that you'll be entering for your resume. Your contact information, your skills, your experience, education, and more. After you select a template, you can customize the document as much as you like from there. To access these templates from Google Drive, as you see in this image, you're going to click New, then Google Docs, and then From a Template. When you select your resume template, you want to remember to go ahead and give that file a name right away so that it can be easy to find later as you start to accumulate documents in your Google Drive. Once you choose a resume template that you want to use, you want to go ahead and add in your name, contact information, and professional history. You do that by selecting the placeholder text and then type in your own info, as you see here in this example. Templates do come with prearranged formatting, but you can edit a template to fit your own style. You can change the font. You can add formatting like bold or italics, or you can add links to show any work that you have available online. Adding elements like this will make your resume easy to read and unique to you, even when you begin from a pre-formatted template. You may want to create distinct resumes for different purposes, even customizing a resume for each job so that you can always go back to the specific notes that you sent to a potential employer. To make this easier, you can copy a resume that you've already created and then just edit it for the particular job, instead of starting a new document every single time. First, you would go to the File menu while you're in your resume, and then choose Make a Copy. Then rename it so that you can easily tell the difference between the different versions of your resume. With all of your searching, organizing, and preparing done, next up is preparing for a virtual interview with Google Meet. Google Meet is a video conferencing tool that allows you to connect with friends, family, and colleagues from any place with an internet connection, using any type of computer device. It works the same as using a video phone app like FaceTime, Skype, or WhatsApp. Professionally, you may use Google Meet to host meetings, train new employees, attend conferences, or especially now with so many employers working remotely, to have an interview. Video conferencing for interviews gives the advantage of time and convenience for both the employer and the interviewer. Remember, even if your interview will take place in person, you can use Google Meet to practice beforehand. Just as with an in-person interview, your skills for a virtual interview will get better with practice. There are many different avenues to join a Google Meet call. For devices, you could be on a computer, laptop, tablet, or phone. Participating in a video conference will always require that you receive an invitation of some kind, whether it be a link that you click on in Gmail or your Google Calendar, or a meeting code that's sent to you. You would then type that meeting code into the Google Meet sidebar while you're in Gmail, or the free Google Meet app that you've installed on your phone or tablet, or just by going to the website meet.google.com. When you first connect with Google Meet, you'll see the choice to allow the use of your camera and microphone to allow video or audio. These are settings that you can always change while you're actively in the meeting. Now let's talk about some features. Within the meeting, depending on what type of Google account you have and what device you're using, you'll have many different options available. The main options are at the bottom of the screen. They'll include a phone handset, which is how you would leave a meeting. The microphone, for turning your audio on and off. Your video camera, to turn your video on and off. You should also see 3 dots, and that will indicate a menu for additional options, such as sending a chat message or changing the layout on your screen. Remember that the maximum number of participants that you can view depends on the size of your actual device. Other options that may be available on the screen include a hand icon. This will show that you've raised your hand to ask a question. Or a thumbtack, which will allow you to pin an image to the main screen in view. If you do not see these options, you want to click on the main display of your screen so that they can become visible. Do take time before any interview to practice using these features. Speaking of interviews, here are some basic practices that will help you with professional video conferencing. When you're speaking with your interviewer, you want to look towards your camera, noting whether it is either above or below your screen. By focusing directly on the camera and not your monitor, it'll appear as if you're making direct eye contact. Next, even if you're nervous, remember to speak slowly and clearly. This will help your microphone and the interviewer speaker to pick up your voice. To be seen in the best light, pay attention to your lighting. Try to sit facing a window or place a warm-colored lamp near the back of your computer screen. And there are lots of special devices on the market nowadays to give you just that extra little hit of lighting. The extra light that reflects on your face will make you easier to see. Since your working office might be a kitchen, living room, or even basement, check the view beforehand and try to find a neutral background to help avoid any distractions. Don't forget to dress appropriately, even if you're interviewing from your own living room. And finally, do practice. Ask a colleague or a friend to hold a mock interview with you right from within Google Meet itself. Job searching from home can be intimidating, but it can also be a great opportunity to grow your professional skills. To help, we've compiled this list of digital resources from Google that will help you with this job search. We've already talked about logging into your Google account to get started, and that way you can create your resume in Google Docs. You can save all your files in Google Drive, and you can create that organizer in Google Sheets. Beyond that, Google has lots of great training resources that, again, are also free and available right over the internet. You can go to the website listed here for Applied Digital Skills. Applied Digital Skills will actually present you with dozens of different lessons so that you can go in and learn specific skills, anything related to using the computer practically. Primer is a specific app that you could download for free to work on your phone or tablet. And what that does is it provides you with quick 10-minute or less lessons so that you can learn on the go. Grow with Google is the resource that we use to help pull together much of this information for this presentation. But you can specifically go there and look under events. And this is where you can find either live or virtual workshops on many different topics, not only for job searching, but for running a business if you're looking at going independent, and more. And finally, there's this Grow.Google remote work, which we're looking at a bit more specifically here. When you're working from home, this remote work page pulls together the lessons that are most relevant to you, whether you're searching for a job now or whether you're going to be working from home when you actually do start working. The lessons that are included here include how to communicate virtually, schedule meetings, or collaborate on files when you're in this virtual work world. You can review this training even now while you're searching for a job to be all the more prepared for this new set of professional skills. All of Google's Applied Digital Skills training is completely free. Thank you so much for giving me your time today. If you have questions regarding any of these services or any other services that the library can help you with, remember that you can definitely still keep in contact with us, even if our building is closed to the public. We're available by email, through social media, particularly Facebook and Twitter. And you can give us a call during our business hours. We're happy to help answer any of your questions. We'll see you soon.